And welcome back to Ravenloft. We are stoked to be rocking with you guys today. Matter of fact, even went ahead and wrote a new Sky Zephyrs promo, who is sponsoring our episode this week. And this week, we are introducing Sky Zephyrs Summer Camp, the Wildmount Division. So, it begins with Camp Counselor Skrillex standing in front of a banner that says, "Welcome Sky Zephyr recruits," with scorch marks and loose ropes. Dramatic wind is blowing for no reason. Welcome you Sky 6 spell slinging altitude ambitious hooligans to Sky Zephyr's Summer Camp, Wildmount Division. I'm Camp Counselor Skrillex, and if you want your wings, you gotta go through me. Master the winds, and you might even survive. Over the next 6 weeks, compressed into one chaotic montage for budgetary reasons, you'll learn how to pilot a magically unstable airship, evade airborne monstrosities with nothing but a spoon and a spell slot, and handle the emotional devastation of casting Featherfall on the wrong person. Do you have prior flight experience over the Menagerie Coast? Too bad! Do you suffer from motion sickness, arcane allergies, or occasional polymorph-induced identity crisis? Excellent! Here at Sky Zephyr Summer Camp, we believe in learning by flailing. Skrillex points to the sky, where a Zeppelin labeled Team Cobalt does a corkscrew nosedive and explodes into glitter. You see that? That was a learning moment. Now, grab your wands, sign your waivers, and kiss your spellbook goodnight, because here at Sky Zephyrs of Wildmount Summer Camp, the only thing higher than our ships is our liability insurance. Welcome to camp, nerds! The cutscene to an extreme close-up of a recruit beaming into a shaky handheld crystal cam.
Hi, Mom. It's day one at Sky Zephyr Summer Camp. They gave me a wand, a helmet, and some weird-looking stew called Griffin Goulash. I'm pretty sure, 40% sure it was alive.
There's a massive off-screen explosion. The tent rattles.
Training's going great.
To a field with floating hoops and smoking skyship wreckage. There's Camp Counselor Skrillex yelling at the recruits, "Welcome to Camp Sky Zephyrs, where the altitude's high and the standards are low. I'm Commander Skrillex. I've flown through tempests, evaded rock flocks, and dated a tiefling bard named Mistake. So trust me, I know danger." Skrillex hurls a Featherfall scroll at a nearby recruit's head. Rule number 1, if you're not casting Featherfall, you are the Featherfall. To infomercial style backdrop with neon lights and confetti. There's a gnome wearing lots of Mardi Gras beads and crazy Elton John glasses taking center stage before pedestals showcasing the wares.
Want to survive camping style? Well, get the official Zeph gear. Don't leave your Sky Zephyr without your potion cooler hat. Hydrate and hallucinate responsibly. Sky Zephyr's branded parachutes are on sale, may or may not work. And camp cloaks of invisibility? Where are those things? Well, we lost track of inventory tracking. Well, they're just gone. Must have already sold out.
Camp Counselor Skrillex. It's now, the scene cuts to Camp Counselor Skrillex holding up a plushy wyvern doll before a platoon of campers. Today, we practice evasive maneuvers. This is a wyvern. It wants to eat your dreams. Questions?
Do we pet it?
The wyvern is tossed into the air. It explodes. Somehow the plush screams. The recruits are all covered in ash.
Oh, this feels emotionally unsafe.
Fade to black. Music swells, fading into view. The camera's there's a camera panning across a ragtag fleet of questionably legal makeshift Sky Zephyrs made from pure chaos and poor decision making. Most definitely not Dwendali Empire improved. One ship is a hot air balloon duct taped to a shopping cart. Another is a flying tavern booth labeled the Winged Pint. One is just a flock of summoned geese holding up a raft. And yes, someone's riding a literal flying bathtub with oars and optimism. Counselor Skrillex, chest puffed out, watching proudly. Today we send our recruits soaring into destiny. Navigators, casters, mildly sentient gelatinous interns. Take the skies with courage, honor, and no refund policy. And then on Skrillex's signal, the ships launch. Slow motion shots of liftoff, triumphant music, doves fly. One recruit vomits glitter midair. And then Counselor Skrillex is all tearing up through a spyglass, and they grow up so fast. He's crying. Suddenly, chaos erupts midair. The tavern ship accidentally casts fireball on itself. The goose-powered raft gets distracted by breadcrumbs. The bathtub airship goes into a barrel roll and ejects its pilot into a cloud labeled Wild Magic Zone, do not enter. There's an explosion of sparkles, a bunch of screaming geese. Counselor Skrillex lowers the spyglass, hangs his head and mumbles. And, they grow up so fast and they crash even faster. One of the ships plummets past them, the recruit clinging to the hull, screaming.
Does anybody have a plan B?
Scene fades to black, cut to the title card. Sky Zephyr, Summer Camp, Wildmount Division. Counselor Skrillex's voice overstates the catchphrase. Apply today! Survive! Allegedly.
Where do I sign up? I kind of want that flying the tavern, please.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That would have been my Sky Zephyr. My starter Sky Zephyr. Okay, so that's our little skit for Sky Zephyrs. If you've been following along with our little stream here, you know the drill. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out now. Go to the URL I've got on the screen right now, and you can see that Sky Zephyrs is this incredible supplement that upgrades anybody's Spelljammer game. It incorporates really cool ways, new approaches to building things like custom Spelljammers, and there's also incredible Spelljammer style advanced combat rules. So people during 5e Spelljammer, there were some critics, right? They're a little overly critical of how just plain and vanilla the ship-to-ship combat rules were in 5e. So this juices that up for the grognard and all of us. So if you use our promo code, see it there at the bottom of the screen, that'll let them know that we sent you, and you can get 10% off when you pick up a copy of Sky Zephyrs yourself for all of your Sky Zephyring needs. Party, are we ready to return to Barovia?
Let's do it.
Not in Barovia.
Oh, Hollow, I have a question that we thought of after last week's session. So, Vinka's the only one that has seen Strahd in both places. Do I know, when I saw the second Strahd first time, does he look the same in both places?
Yes.
Yes, okay. This is good information that I should have realized I needed earlier. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you were so fogged out of it when you woke up back in Mordenshire again. Because you remember, everybody is waking up with hangovers, with fogs in their mind. I mean, it's easy to let something like that slip and then have the fear creep up on you when you realize the darkness of the truth, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So with that said, Pen, what's been going on? Why don't you recap for us?
Well, last session we picked up just after our fight with the vampire, and he had taken off into the woods. We were still up on the second floor of Griffin Manor when Zany heard the sounds of a young man calling for help from one of the rooms. On entering the room, we found a young mage, Alex, shackled to the bed. We freed him and filled him in on where we were and and what was going on. We searched the room. Vinka found an interesting family portrait. A family sitting down to a feast, and then a little ways down further the hall, same family portrait, same kind of feast, but the whole family had been turned into zombies. So there was a little bit of a clue that there's something going wrong here. And then our young mage Alex, he sensed some strong necromantic energy coming from the roof. So we went upstairs, out onto the roof, and Thrain decided he opened up a doorway into the central guard tower from the roof. So we snuck in there, and as he opened up that doorway, this magical script appeared that said, "Any who would open the door to me must first know my inner peace." We have no idea what that means, but there it is. We went inside, we went up the stairs to the top, where we found this metal desk. Thrain approached, and the floor collapsed beneath him, plummeting him down a couple of stories. Luckily, he wasn't too badly hurt. He rejoined us upstairs, and realizing that desk was actually an altar, Zany used a magic hand to remove this bejeweled chalice from its drawer. And careful not to touch it, used the hand to wrap it up in a cloth and stick it in our backpack. And then Vinka heard the sound of wolves howling and barking madly in the woods. The party headed out to the woods. Vinka sent her cat familiar to scout ahead, and it found a clearing full of commoners standing catatonically around this strange contraption. And a lightning bolt struck it, and the electricity then shot out from this contraption and struck everybody in the clearing. And that is where we left off.
Okay. And with that, Ornock, you have appeared after weathering a storm in the night, and when lightning struck the night, when you were on the road, your travel slowed by the weather, you had almost like a divine moment, a moment of clarity, of purpose, your God calling upon you for duty. And then next thing you know, there's another flash of lightning, and you appear before this large manor house in the middle of a rainy night. You don't know exactly why, other than it's for a divine purpose. And you show up, the door opens, and there is a man, a finely groomed man wearing noble clothing. He makes friends with you, and he says that the reason that you're there is certainly for a divine purpose. For he has sent some people out to investigate some strange occurrences at his manor house, and they haven't returned in some time. And so you take the noble duty upon yourself to go out into the moorlands with this nobleman in the weather to investigate some people that he's worried about. Where we pick things up, or not, there's a great lightning strike up ahead in the marshlands. The alchemist, nobleman who's leading you through the wilderlands, he quickens the pace, and there you come to a clearing in the marsh with a sunken pit of water with a bunch of people standing around. In the middle of the pond, the little marshy pond, there is this huge machine rising out of it. It looks like a great and terrible achievement. Something that some type of artificer contraption or something that maybe have the power to defy universal laws. This apparatus itself, it's 2 stories tall. A great network of cold forged steel rings focuses. It seems like it's trapped the power of lightning strikes inside a great globe in the dome overhead on the apparatus, and the energy that it's stored, it seems to be converted into an immense spinning ball of magical force. And the rest of the party, you guys are there, but you may or may not notice upon the lightning striking the apparatus that you have more company. So
I got a passive 18.
Thrain, Thrain, you would recognize him. Vinka, Zany, do you have a
15.
passive of 14 or better? Okay.
No. I'm too
Okay, we
focused on what my cat is. I'm looking through the cat's eyes.
That's right. That's right. You're looking through the cat.
Fair enough. And with that, the alchemist approaches the apparatus as he gives a hand motion to the paladin, asking you to stand back as the alchemist wades into the marshy moorlands. The water goes up to his knees as he presses himself past all these catatonic townspeople that are just like sitting around. Like you don't know whether these dozens of people are just gonna suddenly spring to life and kill everyone or what. It looks like their souls have been sucked out of them. They're just oblivious. And the alchemist approaches this pale-skinned man wearing dark clothing there upon the deck of that surrounds the apparatus. And the party, you recognize that vampire up there that the alchemist is going to meet. That's Strahd. That's Strahd von Zarovich. Yeah.
How close am I to him?
Strahd! I see him!
We don't need to alert him that we're here. What?
How far away are they?
I don't know what to
Take
do.
the map as the weather rains down and the fog is rolling in.
Oh, what a cool map.
That is a cool map.
Each one of these is 10, by the way.
Okay.
It should be 5. There's a scale off.
Oh, this is 5? Okay, it's normally 10 with this.
It should be set to
it's
5.
It's measuring as 5.
Yeah, those old first edition isometric maps, a lot of them are, 10-foot squares for the dungeon maps, like for Castle Ravenloft, and 10 miles per hex on an overland map. But I tried to keep it to like old school black and white maps as much as possible. But like this map that I found on Google Images was really perfect, especially after throwing a little weather on it. Anyway,
Yeah, so we're about 60, 70 feet away.
So the alchemist steps up onto the deck around the apparatus. and it looks like he's about to. Anyway, he comes up to the stairs, and then something crazy happens. Suddenly, the alchemist, he starts convulsing in the storm, in the thundering weather. He starts being thrust into seizures by some great unknown force. And he falls to his knees and screams into the night. Even from this distance, Vinka, Thrain, Zany, Ornok, you can hear his bones popping and cracking, and his form is twisting, convulsing, and his screams, as he changes shape and grows fur all about him, his screams turn into howls.
Oh,
Now
good.
this is the
I got a
this is
debt
the
to
man
settle
that
with
I
you,
game with,
motherfucker.
right?
Yes.
So I think as a paladin and not knowing better, I think I would run to him to help protect him because I don't have any of the backstory that everybody else does.
Right.
So I would start heading towards him. I imagine, how complete is his transformation by the time I get up there? So kind of where would I,
It's probably,
at some point I imagine I would stop and go, oh,
yeah, it's probably complete by the time you have to wait there. Is that there? That's marshland there. That's all. That area is all got to be dark water up to your knees. So
all right.
you would have
I
to.
don't have control over my token, by the way.
Oh, do you not?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's fix that. I'll do the issue with the settings. Let's see.
Thrain's got a score to settle with that damn wolf.
Give it a try now.
Good to go. Appreciate it.
Right. So Thrain, when this guy fully transforms into the werewolf that bows its head before Strahd, do you stop in your tracks or do you keep pressing forward?
Oh, no, I'm pressing forward as soon as I see him. Like he's talking to me.
Thrain's pressing forward as well. Yeah.
Can I cast a spell?
Yeah, you can cast a spell. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Vitriolic Sphere, which has... Here, I'll put it into chat. Display. So it's got a 20-foot radius. Each creature in that area makes a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, they would take 10d4 acid damage, plus another 5 at the end of their turn. On a successful save, they take half of the initial damage only. So I am throwing that sphere. Let's see. I don't want to hit any of the people, so I'm gonna land that sphere here.
Oh, so you're immediately going for it. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate Strahd. I want him dead. he's my target. So, so I'm casting that sphere right there, and that'll get just the two of them. So their dex save has to beat. Ooh, hold on a second. Wait, I have a feature that I haven't used yet, and I keep forgetting about it. During my sorcery, blah, blah, blah. Okay, activate innate twice per. Okay, bonus action, innate sorcery, which increases my DC spell save by 1, and I have advantage on the attack rolls for any spells that I cast. For like, it doesn't say for how long. It just says I have advantage.
1 minute, it looks like.
For 1 minute. There we go. So DC save is going to be, with that, they have to do an 18 dex save.
They both failed.
Woo! All right, that is gonna be bitches. I got you. Ah, she giggles. First, they're gonna do 37 points of acid damage to the both of them. And at the end of their next turn, they're going to take another, or at the end of their, hang on, is it the end of their turn? And my turn? Hold on. At the end of, acid damage, at the end of its next turn. Okay, so at the end of their next turns, they both take another 5d4 acid damage.
Hmm. So
And
you get this party started.
I got you, Pretty! I got you! Strad! I'm coming for ya! And then, I'm gonna start hoofing a little, my little old lady feet through the marsh as fast as she can.
And with that, that is when all of these catatonic people spring to life. Violently, they rage and mob up against everyone else in the area. I need everyone to roll initiative.
I have no control over my token.
I have a point of clarification. You're saying that the alchemist is what brought our new friend Ornock in. Is that so? And then Strahd is on the thing. So I recognize Strahd from seeing him before. Was the alchemist the guy that hired us, or was he the fiance of the girl?
Fiance. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
that
that
was
person,
also Strahd.
that person introduced themselves as Strahd to us. So did he look like the other Strahd?
Yeah, but more human and fleshy and warm.
Oh, so more like pre-vampire Strahd, possibly?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Gotcha.
okay. Cool. That clarifies what I want to do then.
I would imagine I am so confused at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is what, episode 13 or 14? Oh,
Don't forget to roll initiative, Zany.
Oh, right. Yep.
6.
Sorry. I was busy making notes. Okay, initiative. Oh no, she was so excited about her sphere. She was jumping up and down and has lost track of what's going on. Oh. I got you, buddy. Oh, fight starting. Whoop, whoop. I got you, honey. I'm coming.
Alright, so with that, I believe have everybody in turn order sorting it. Top down, Vinka, the druidess, has the jump on things. What's up,
Okay.
Hexblood?
Yeah. I'm gonna throw a wall of fire up. 60 feet long. So since most of those things are on the other side, let's put it, yeah. Okay. So it says 20 feet high, 1 foot thick. Okay, so I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. We lost count. Okay, it's something like that. Let's just throw it up. More as a protection from this. Let's see what I can do. Can I rotate this? Oh, look, you draw on a prettier wall of fire than I am. And
That's
now
cool.
I can't move my wall of fire. Okay. So somewhere like my orange thing. But
Like that.
let's put it on top so it goes through the werewolf.
Okay. Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect right there.
Yeah, right there. That seems good. I mean, it kind of cuts off our new friend, but I don't know about our new I don't realize that's a new friend. Okay. And I can't get rid of my orange square anymore. I don't know why.
Okay, I'll fix that. Clear drawings.
Yeah. Okay. So when the wall appears, each creature in its area needs to do a dexterity saving throw. And one side of the wall selected by you when you cast the spell deals 5d8 to creature that ends its
Hey, on
turn.
the save.
No.
Massive bluish purple flame erupts throughout the moorlands. Fire just flaming in the marsh. The wolf, you see, very dexterous, is able to leap out of the way,
And take 14 damage.
but not without yelping a little bit.
Okay, so the side that is facing the apparatus is the damage side. Apparently, I have to call that now. The other side of the wall deals no damage. So we can walk up to this side of the wall and not take damage, but if any creature on this side is within 10 feet, it takes damage.
Moving forward. Very good move. Speaking of move, you have some movement left in your action economy.
Yeah, I'm just so it's confusing because it says that if it's in its area it takes damage, but then on the next, if it ends its turn within 10 feet of the side of the wall I called, it takes damage. So why wouldn't it take damage from that in the first place? But whatever. So this is difficult terrain now, isn't it?
Yes.
Cool. I can move.
Like once you get past Thrain's spot, Thrain's like right at the shore line.
Oh, okay. So
you're on the bank.
15, so I can get up to next to Thrain.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay, I will do that, and I'm just gonna pull out my sword so that I have it and that it is most likely glowing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's going like Sting around a bunch of orcs.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's gonna make Strahd want to come at me, but we'll see. Gotta walk through a wall of fire to get there. And that is my turn.
You get tag teamed in.
So, just to clarify, am I in rough terrain still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it would only be 15 movement then for me.
Off terrain all the way from you to.
So I'm going to move my 15 feet up. I'm going to take aim at that werewolf. I'm assuming I can still see him.
Fire, yeah.
And
See a silhouette at least.
I'm going to pop 2 shots of Eldritch Blast at him. $17 and a 21. So that is going to be a total of 11. That's 6 force damage and 5 blessed strike damage. For the first shot. Second shot is 9 force damage, 5 blessed strike damage, and 14 total.
What did you say the total damage was for the first shot?
11. So the total for the entire 2 Eldritch Blast is 25. Then, go ahead.
Remind us what color your Eldritch Energy is again?
It is like molten gold. And for my bonus action, I will be casting Spiritual Weapon 60 feet right there behind the werewolf. And for my spiritual weapon, it's just a hammer. If you have a hammer, you can throw out there.
Let's see here.
And if what I
The
read
blade.
was if I can still hit the first time I call it out.
Yes, that's
Okay,
correct.
so it's going to take a swing at that werewolf. 15, I don't know that's going to land.
15, in fact, lands.
Okay. For 7 force damage. And that will be my turn.
Okay, the battle is raging. Spiritual weapon swinging through the flames, striking fur, flesh to the bone, and then as Thrain passes turn, it is Strahd's move. Unless Sean's got a better dexterity bonus. Let's see. Got a dexterity bonus of +4.
Helps if I unmute. Nope, I've got a +2.
Okay, let's see. Uh, Misty Steps.
Dang it.
Oh. Right here. And it's right before Thrain. And waves his hand like a kind of like a fluid raver dancer like motion. And then Thrain, you have this weird feeling wash over you. Roll a wisdom save.
19.
Thing washes it away very quickly. You're able to shake it right off.
I'm just going to wiggle one of my short, stubby fingers at him.
Says angrily. Onto that Strahd bares its fangs in frustration. And then starts sort of backing away a little bit and commanding the comatose to get him. Sean, or actually, what's the character's name again?
Warnock.
Warnock, it is your move, sir.
All right. Obviously, I would have seen, all these spells come flying out, and this dude just changed into a werewolf. I'd notice the people over there. And I'm going to point at the big wolf and just very succinctly, friend or foe? Anybody answer me back?
The werewolf
He's a faux lad.
Fair enough.
just howls aggressively into the night.
Vermin! Vermin! Is what I yell back to. He's vermin!
All right, so I'm in difficult terrain, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to take my 15, get as close to the wolf as I can. I'm going to kind of stomp my feet down. I'm going to let out like a real loud bellow. And I am going to command duel on him.
What?
So let's go ahead and cast that. Oh, I was hoping it would link the stuff. So Wisdom DC 15. Display, that's what I wanted.
Save.
All right, so he has disadvantage if he tries to attack anybody but me.
What does that look like theatrically?
Just this loud bellow that kind of reverberates across the water, aimed right at him. My eyes kind of go red through my helmet. Just a challenge.
It's getting real. Gives you this nod of understanding, like he's accepted your challenge. And that gnarl, or that nod, comes with a snarl of ferocity. It looks like it's ready to pounce. Warnock, anything else?
Nope, that's going to be everything for me.
Okay, speaking of pouncing, the comatose are coming alive. Gornock, several of these townsfolk charge in on you in different directions. Tracy,
I am sitting at a 19, sir.
respectable. Many of these townsfolk are bearing crude weapons, pitchforks, rusted short swords. So, you get a pitchfork in the side. Sticks to the side of your gut for 4 points of piercing damage.
It is but a flesh wound.
And one of them flashes a dagger at you and strikes you on your arm. What are you wearing?
I got plate mail.
Plate mail? Alright, so catches you in the armpit with the dagger. But that chain mesh that you have on underneath it probably catches it quite a bit in that soft spot. And so 2 points of piercing damage from and you're beset upon all sides by the enemy. Speaking of beset upon all sides by the enemy, Thrain, you have some company. Townsfolk rush in on you like there's no murder. Use you. What's your AC?
21.
Is going to miss. That swings on you misses the mark. At you from all sides. 17's gonna miss. Oh, dirty. Actually, that's not. Yeah, that is a dirty 20. Yeah, dirty
That still
20's gonna
misses.
miss. Yep. Rain. These guys, their comatose attacks are sloppy, haymaker-like attempts at causing you harm, and you are able to defend yourself defensively, at least for the moment, as you were smothered by these guys. Vinka, Zane right behind you. Tanking like a champ. Let's see, get more of these guys moving in on Grimlock's position. Woo, this is getting spicy. This is a deadly encounter if I've ever seen one. It is the wolf's turn.
I do believe this one right here and this one right here would take some fire damage.
Firewall?
Yeah, they would.
No save on that. It's just the beginning of their or at the end of their turn.
I do believe I just clicked it away. It's if they end each deal damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side or inside the wall. So 17 damage to those two. It looks like those are the only two that are close enough.
Okay, the fire consumes them into the marshland. I hear their screams of agony.
You're like, well, they're clearly mind controlled because no one smart would stay within range of that fire.
Oh yeah, they're certainly comatose.
I feel
That's
slightly
proof
bad
right
about
there.
that, but I think their minds are gone, not to return.
Wasn't that the clerk from Grandma's Market? Right, so the wolf steps forward towards the Minotaur and talk about a showdown. Legendary showdown. There is this vibe in the air, like it is happening. It's happening right now.
The cow and the wolf, the cow and the wolf, the cow and the wolf. Go, cow, go, cow, go.
That sounds like a good name for like a bar or a tavern.
Go, cow, go.
The
cow
cow and the wolf.
The cow and the wolf. Get him! Ram him!
And the wolf leaps at the Minotaur. Massive form. The rain, the weather, and the terrain just seem to get the best of him as he leaps at you. His leading claw attack misses the mark completely. Follows up with a secondary swing and waves at the air in front of you as well, hitting a cypress knee along the way, tripping him up. When he's stumbling, he kind of haphazardly, aggressively, unexpectedly, just randomly snaps at you. He's right in your face. You're kind of taken aback, maybe take a step back, and all you get is a whiff of its nasty breath. And this duel is on like Donkey Kong. Zany, it's your move.
No, he takes some fire damage too first.
Yes, he
Oh, he's
does.
within 10, so go ahead and roll
I rolled
that.
26 on that one.
Damn.
Smells like burning hair and it's not pleasant.
Long as it ain't mine.
Let's see. Nasty, like, werewolf hair.
Yeah.
They never take baths in werewolf form.
Just be like, oh, that's the downside of that firewall. Oof.
Zany getting her kicks here.
Oh, honey, green girl, you got the idea. We gotta burn, baby, burn. And I'm gonna use a sorcery point to twin my next spell. And I am going to cast where did it go? Scorching Ray. And with the twinned spell, I get to hit both of those bitches. So I'm gonna hit the Strahd and the werewolf. And because I've got that innate sorcery up and running, I get advantage. So rolling to hit. That is 26 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
All right, they both take 10 damage, 10 fire damage. It's not as exciting as I was wanting it to be, but not bad for 2d6. 10, and
The targets were Strahd
werewolf.
and the wolf.
Yep. I think that's all. I don't have much in the way of bonus actions. Hold tight. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I am going to call forth as a bonus action my Hound of Ill Omen. It returns to the screen, and I am going to command it to attack Strahd. So that is another 3 sorcery points to use that. So we have a dire wolf. If you have a token for a dire wolf, that guy's on the screen. And I believe it takes its turn right after me. Hang on a second. Put that in the thing. Oh no, I roll initiative for it. So all right, we will click on you and we will roll your initiative.
We can have it go on your initiative so it doesn't have summoning sickness.
Okay. Cool. So then it is going to charge. Actually, can we land him? Like I called him forth about there, and I'm gonna have him charge at Strahd, and we will do a. What is he? There's no pack attacks don't work, so we're just gonna go for a bite. That is 22 to hit, and 11 damage. And then it's just gonna growl in its face. And that's my turn.
Okay, and that wolf grabs a hold of one of his limbs and is not letting go right away.
Mm-mm.
Get it off! Get it off! I don't even feel it, but I don't want to lose my arm. And then next up, Zany. Actually, do you have any movement or anything left you'd like to take?
Nope, I'm good. I'm good in my little background.
Passing the torch to Venko. Your move.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
Kill Strahd.
I would like to. Yeah, I'm just gonna make some daylight. It's a 60-foot spear. Let's center it on where Thrain is right now. And yeah, so 60 feet spear. So it goes up to my wall of fire, back to where it encompasses Zany. All of this area now is just daylight. And if that happens to do any damage to any vampires, I can't be held. It's like I can't help that.
And that you said that's centered on Thrain?
Yeah, I'm gonna center it on Thrain, so he's directly in the middle of it. But it's not tied to any object. It's just a 60-foot sphere.
60-foot sphere, so that's going to be a 30-foot radius. Let's see. Booyah! You have a catchphrase like "Let there be light" or anything crazy like that? Any druidism?
I mean, it's now it's a little easier to see for everybody. I guess.
Well, it's not as good as Hippie Guy motherfucker, but it'll work.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's not really good at catchphrases. Let there be light's too common. I'm not saying that. There is a
Yeah, that's
vampire
the
murder
obvious one.
ball. Vampire murder ball.
Vampire murder ball. Nice.
So this lasts for 1 hour. It is not concentration based for me, so it's just out here now. And it doesn't have any damage rolls on it, so if Strahd is allergic to sunlight, that's on him to figure out what he takes damage from.
Oh, you just might have a little sensitivity. We'll see.
Yeah.
On its turn. It's right here in the headlights, look. It's happening in slow motion. It looks like he's about to get slammed into.
I don't really want to get closer to Thrain, but I guess I will just so that I can maybe attack some of these guys with my poking sword later. And that'll be my turn.
Right? Your move.
Arrows for them, honey.
What you really can't see, because I am completely surrounded by these guys, is I'm going to drop spiritual weapon. And just in the middle of these guys, you just hear a dwarf chanting a prayer to Clangeddin, Dumathoin, and asking for their help. And by doing so, I will be casting Spirit Guardians at 3rd level. Everybody around me needs to make a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw, or they
Does that
will
include
take.
me? Oh wait, I'm not that close.
You're an ally.
Okay.
I can designate who gets hit.
Okay.
16.
Yep.
Dexterity.
No, Wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh, okay. They all fail.
They take 10 points of radiant damage.
Imagine this looks pretty epic in nature.
Yes, this looks like, once again, the Mithril Order of Dwarfs just descending perfectly with that light now centered on me, down around me, and just forming a shield wall in a circle around me. So every one of these guys is getting beaten by a dwarf.
Little dwarves. Little men. Gotcha. Sorry. I'm having fun here. Ignore the crazy lady.
Pay no attention to the zany lady behind the curtain.
I take it they're all still up?
Yeah, there's
Okay. Well, shit. And I was kind of hoping to put him down that one, but rolled like shit. So that is, yeah, that's my turn.
turn. Double checking the sunlight sensitivity. Yeah. The rules state that he takes 20 radiant when he starts his turn in sunlight.
Oh darn.
Damn.
That sounds like a bad day for him.
Like your cereal, like Lucky Charms. Oops, all charms. Oops, all sunlight. Strahd. Oops,
What?
sorry. And he disappears as his skin starts bubbling and popping. In a puff of smoke, he's gone, and he reappears back up on the deck surrounding the apparatus above the marshland. Too happy, he's trying to shake it off.
Did you roll that for Strahd too?
Did I roll what?
I was asking Hall if he rolled that save
Oh.
for Strahd. He should have been affected by that. It's 15 feet around me.
Oh, are you talking about your spirit guardians?
Yep, he was just within 15 feet.
Yeah. He rolled a 19 on the die on that. I just rolled it now because no, he didn't roll that earlier, so killed it.
Okay.
Body slammed it. Let's see. With that, Misty steps out of the way of the. He's looking roughed up. He's stumbling away like this is not going as he planned. And with that, let's see here. All of a sudden, the Minotaur has a strange sensation wash over him. Warnock, I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Alrighty. That is a 15, but I also have my aura, which gets me a +4, so that is a 19. Aura of protection, you and your allies gain an aura. In the aura, gain a +4 to saving throws.
Okay, so you're able to shake it off. It's like water off a duck. And I mean, you are literally waterlogged right now. The storm is really raging around you, thunder booming in the night, lightning strikes, and flashes like a strobe light throughout the marshland around the apparatus. It's a hell of a scene, man. And then, with that said, Gornock, it's your move.
Oh, he's gonna take some fire damage because he didn't get far enough away from that wall of fire.
I think from triangulation, though, he would be because it's up a bit. However, the apparatus, the deck around the apparatus probably is on fire by now, though.
The wall is up a bit too. It's 20 feet high. So if he's more than 20 feet high.
No, you're good. Okay, yeah, I think you're right then. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
20 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you stop him there. I was like, oh, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, nice strategic exploit there. Because he appears back upon the top of the steps because that's about as far as he was able to misty step. The max distance to the other side of the fire. So that's all he could fucking really go.
Yeah. And yeah, if that's doing damage to the apparatus, great. I'll burn that down too.
Burn, baby, burn, disco inferno. You see Zany in the background going, burn, baby, burn, yeah.
It was like Milton from Office Space. Somewhere shows up. He's like, I could burn down the building.
He's doing a little disco dancing out there.
All right, and the commoners, they rage mindlessly, emotionlessly. They rage with their actions, throwing weapons at you guys. Let's start with these ones around Thrain. Thrain, your AC was what, 21?
Correct.
Yes. 18's gonna miss. 18's gonna miss. 20's gonna miss. 8 misses. 10 misses. 15 misses. Can't touch you. These guys are so out of their mind and unskilled at throwing their makeshift farmer weapons and the like at you. It's a battle of futility against a dwarf of your show off for the ladies. And meanwhile, Gornock may or may not have so much luck.
Now let's see how it goes.
Hey, how do I get rid of this circle I drew?
Fix that.
There's an undo option in there.
I changed the color, so that's what it went undid.
Yeah, I just realized I probably could have given every one of those guys on your ass advantage on attack rolls, but I only gave the ones in the exact flanking positions advantage. So,
Well, I appreciate that.
yeah, but I'm gonna do the same thing for Gornok that I did for Thrain on this situation because I mean this is a dire situation. It's really deadly. And it's not like we have a group of 7 players tonight. So these guys rush into the situation. Your AC is 19, right?
Yep.
Oh, natural 20. Guys all fully flanking you though. So I, my empathy for the enemy tonight, it's not going to play. We're not. I'm breaking out the critical hit tables.
Oh boy.
Pick on the new guy.
Mm-hmm.
Crits, breaking on the app. So this is a little app that I put together for crits. I think most of you have seen it before, right? I base this off the algorithm for my favorite critical hit tables. They're from second edition, Advanced Combat Tactics, Player's Guide, Player's Option, book. Also, it's out. Okay, so this is going to be a slashing attack against a Minotaur. That'll be a humanoid. Rolling for crits. These crits are brutal. Could be insta kills. These things. Woo! You are staggered. You are hit upside the head with a club. Your skull is nicked, to say the least, as you're left staggered, and you are in shock. You are stunned. The exact condition would be that you're stunned. So you're basically incapacitated, seeing stars. You automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws until these stars go away. Stop circling your head. So it's going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage. It's got shillelagh.
I can still make attack rolls. I just can't move or speak well. Correct?
Right, yeah. You can drool using seconds anyway. And then
That their turn?
I have more of these I need to maneuver in.
Yes, come closer to the big wall of fire.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here waiting.
Yeah, I mean, this one's.
Hoping the ones around me come in closer to me.
guys moving to avoid the wall and that dire wolf. Do is we are going to finish out this round of combat, and then we're going to take our intermission. All right, so we're going to go to the werewolf's turn now.
I
But
need you
we
to roll
got-
a bunch of
we got-
D6 or wisdom saves, D16.
And we got 2 within the wall of fire range.
Yeah, we've got these
3.
guys right here.
You've got
Okay,
3.
so
You've
2 or
got
3.
Strahd, the wolf, and the dude.
Oh, but Strahd we already rolled for Strahd
Yeah.
Oh, right.
at the end
Sorry.
of his team.
And the wolf's turn
these
hasn't
2
come yet.
got 31
And we've-
damage on them.
We also skipped my turn to do their action surge.
Did we?
We did.
Okay, we'll fix that. What's the? Go ahead and roll the damage there, Vinka. Did you 31?
Yeah, 31. I think that kills him, considering 17
Wolf.
killed the other 2.
Oh yeah.
And all the ones around me need to make wisdom DC 16 saving throws within 15 feet of me.
Little group save for that because we got a lot of work to get to. Okay, 19 on the die. That'll save for all of them. And then we have. Oh yeah, Gordok. We skipped you, right?
Yep.
Go ahead, sir.
Alrighty. I am going to throw my hands up and bellow, and I am going to channel divinity. And I am going to be using Conquering Presence. Enemies within 30 feet need to make a wisdom 15 throw, or they become frightened for the next minute.
Yeah.
That includes Wolf and Strahd.
Yeah, they all failed too. However, Strahd gets to use his legendary action to basically, well, he can pretty much just be like, I'm going to pass that save because I'm epic like. So he chooses to pass instead.
All right. Well, part 2 of this kicks in. Or of Conquest, all frightened creatures within 10 feet have their movement speed reduced to 0. And if they start their turn, they take 4 psychic damage for being within my aura.
Okay. Welcome to the party, friend.
I mean, everybody else was doing AoE, so I figured I'd join in.
Also, all the guys around me took 12, although they take half as much.
Okay. They drop. Every one of them drops from you. Of your spiritual ancestors. Updating the map now.
Yeah.
Violence! And the enemies drop all around the Dorf. You have confidence that your powers of frightening the enemy have blanketed true. At least over these comatose people that surrounding you, slightly backing away now, and this creature, this beast. But Strahd, up there, on the deck surrounding the apparatus, seems to be making his own moves, adjusting the contraption, adjusting the ropes, the chains, some of the pulley systems involved in the apparatus. Looks like he has something up his sleeve. It's his move, but he can't move. He's frightened. Does he get a save against that at the end of his turn or anything?
He can attempt to break free from the frightened condition.
Okay.
They can repeat the DC 15 wisdom at the end of each turn.
Fails the save. So he's still frightened.
And he takes 4 damage as well for being within my aura.
Damage.
4 psychic.
And you see his mind get wrapped with, just enraptured with darkness and pain. He smashes his clawed hand on his head like randomly snaps out at you in your direction, just randomly. Disadvantage style attack, right? He can't really come closer to you and attack you without like a total disadvantage on any attack roll. He can't really step towards you. But he can try to attack at a disadvantage crazily, misses wildly, as one might expect in this situation. And then, Zane, it's your move.
Fry, dead man, fry! She yells out, and she's gonna cast Witch Bolt at 4th level at Strahd. And she still has her advantage. So she is gonna get 27 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Then.
And that is 5d12 for a total of 40 damage to Strahd there.
Oh, theatrically, what does that look like?
Oh, she's cackling like a mad woman, dancing like she's naked in the streets, and she just like from her fingertips come like all of these purple black lightning bolts that just rack through him. It hits him in the eyeballs, it hits him in the balls, it hits him in the armpits and in the liver and all those little most painful spots. And she just cackles as the electricity crackles. It's almost like combined.
Nice. Like dancing naked in the streets when he casts that spell. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like
That's what she's doing. You got this crazy old lady dancing away.
I like it.
Yep. And is he still standing?
Yeah, he's rocked. He's rocked pretty hard. Like I was back when my band was together, and I started getting naked on acid to run down the street, and they had to put me in the house because I was getting naked no matter what.
Hey, you know.
Zany, anything else?
Oh yeah. Hold tight. I am going to. I want him to get away. So, hang on. How much? I need to. Hold tight. Sorry. I thought for sure I would kill him on that, but so my darkness spell is how far? 120 feet. Okay. I am going to. Oh no, I can stay where I'm at and do this shit. She's gonna stay where she is, and she's gonna order Fluffy. Keep at it, buddy. And so she's gonna send Fluffy charging. So he's got 50 feet of movement. Is that enough to get him? Like, I mean, I don't know how high up Strahd is, but is that enough? Get him to Strahd?
Should do it.
Cool. So Fluffy again charges up and does another bite attack on Strahd for. Oh no. 10. Just 10 doesn't hit.
It's a pretty magnificently epic view, though, as the wolf dives through that wall of fire, trying to leap up to the ledge, and it's not exactly this is a dire wolf. It's not exactly a cat. Okay, this
Yep.
this isn't a
Yep.
panther or anything, and you ever see a dog try to jump over a fence and it just can't quite do it? It's a lot
Yep.
like that. Hits the railing and stumbles onto the steps and rolls to the base of the steps and shakes it off like a wet dog. And then like furls up and gets ready to pounce once again to the base of the steps before Strahd, who looks like, well, if vampires sigh, you would see Strahd breathe a sigh of relief, but he doesn't breathe. He doesn't sigh. But you see that level of relief upon his expression.
Damn it. Okay, and
Uh,
it's the end of his turn, so he's gonna take that 10. He's gonna take
gonna
a fire
take
damage
that
as well.
fire damage. Okay, I'm torn because it's a wolf, and I'm inclined to drop my wall of fire to not burn it. But
Nope,
if you're fine with it,
all good. I can bring him back whenever.
yep, 20 fire damage.
And what's the save?
There's no save once when you end your turn there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's only a save when it
Um,
is first cast.
Okay, so he has 22 plus 4 temp, so he. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna pull up a calculator to keep his. He's still alive. He's good. Keep
Okay.
going.
What are his hits? You say he has 4 temp, so he should have what, 26?
So,
We know.
so yeah, so he's got 26, and he just took 20, so he's at 6.
Oh, that's right. Then minus the 20, of course. All right, so yeah, he had 2 left. Then plus he's got the 4 temp and whatnot, something like that. And then anyway, he's in rough shape. Okay, but
Yeah.
he's got the wolf spirit in him, not ready to give up. These things, when they're loyal to you, they have no fear in the face of the enemy, and this is just another example of that. And then Zany, are you cool up there on the shoreline? To end your turn, or are
Yeah,
you
I'm
going to
cool.
move a little bit?
I'm
No
hanging.
maneuvering? Okay,
Nope,
cool.
I'm good.
All right, we're going to go to the top of the round now. When we get back from our break, it's going to be Vinka's move. So we're going to take 10 here. Grab a snack, walk the dog, grab a smoke, whatever you got to do. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so, and we'll pick things up right where we left off, all right?
Watch me have 10 minutes to
Yay.
plan my turn and not do it.
Oh.
Let's kill Strahd.
I was totally starting to plan my turn, but the map's gone, and now I need to measure things.
Oh no! Wait. Oh, he closed the map on us.
He
Rude.
took the map away for break time.
Rude.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
He's used to us plotting behind his back while he's out.
That's true.
I just need to get close enough to Strahd.
Well, you might be happy
So,
with one of the
Sean,
things
welcome
I
to
was
meeting
thinking of
Zany.
doing.
Yeah, the character fits you very well.
Do as I have said, I've told Karen and Sage, just let me know if it's too much. I can back down.
Never.
Okay.
I mean, if your character's name is Zany, how could you possibly be too zany for Zany? Like Zany is Zany. You gotta know what you're
Zany.
signing up for.
Now I'm gonna have the Animaniacs song stuck in my head.
Oh my god. That's her perfect theme song.
Oh
I
man!
haven't seen that in so long.
Holy
Wow.
cow! Yeah, wow. That's a.
That was a great show.
It really
There was
was.
there was some other shows around there, like cartoons that were like Looney Tunes spin-offs and stuff that were like sort of like a little more hardcore and modernized, like Animaniacs. That were just great. Shit. Okay, well, they should reboot that.
They did reboot Animaniacs. It's on Hulu. It's not as
They
good.
did.
Yeah,
Oh, didn't they?
2014, I think. It's been a
No,
hot
it
minute.
was pandemic time. I think it came out. It was fine, just fine.
That whole
Yeah.
time frame is kind of blurry, so yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
2020 is both like 15 years ago and last year. So
It was 2020.
These reboots, they usually suck. I mean, the 90s show was horrible. 70s show was great. The 90s show. Ugh.
I didn't even know they did a 90s show.
Oh, you don't want to.
Yeah.
You're lucky not knowing that.
Okay.
Just pretend you
Fair.
didn't hear that.
Yep, gotcha.
Anyway, back to Ravenloft. How we doing? How's everybody feeling tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna kill
Yeah.
Strahd.
it's
Kill
a
Strahd, kill
slugfest.
Strahd.
Seems to pick the correct game to hop in on. Just jump straight to the end.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Much needed for that help. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think we could have taken this on with just the three of us.
Yeah, and this is not going exactly the way I planned, by the way. Not according
Yeah.
to script. Yeah,
So it's
like,
going that makes it sound like it's
no.
going better. For
well,
us.
for you, it is definitely going better for you. There were three different things that like milestones that need to be met for this to go down, and so like all those things were met, and then when that happens, it some things happen, and then like you guys just got to role play around it, and then definitely threw a wrench in the cogs there that I didn't expect, which is interesting. But anyway, let this rock and roll change the map over for ya. Everybody should have the visual of the ring on the screen, and the moorlands, and the apparatus, and the battle.
Still loading in. I can refresh if everybody else has it.
Give it a refresh.
It loaded
Probably
for
all
me.
catched up.
You need to end this, Vinka.
I don't think I can end it, but I can do some stuff to try to help.
All right.
Rain, do you yell that out all dramatically?
Yes.
And this.
Okay.
Right. Vinka,
Well,
top of the round to you.
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, whatever. And I cast Water Walk on us, on Thrain, Zany, and myself, so that we can move faster.
Mm.
So let me just put it in the thing. So water is no longer difficult terrain for us.
Nice.
So I should mark off that I used that spell slot. Okay. And since I can now move farther, I'm gonna move farther. Not far enough. So I'm just gonna move up. I forgot what square I measured to. I'm gonna move over to there. And since that was my spell and that was my movement, I don't have great bonus action. I do, but I don't want to use it right now. So that will be my turn. As I walk past Thrain, I'll be like, just walk. Oh, just get over there. You hit him harder than I can hit him.
I love it. Thrain's like, Vinka, finish it. Vinka moves forward. It's like, you know what, Thrain? You just get in there and finish it. You just get in there and do it. Just make it happen. Thrain, what are you doing, man?
A little irritated, but happy at the same time. Frank's gonna go ahead and just walk up right next to Vinka, and as I do, I believe a couple people need to make some throws.
Oh, that daylight sphere shouldn't move with him.
No, but everybody within 15 feet, with the exception of Vinka, needs to make a DC Wisdom 16. So these two guys are to my north. That was not as good as the last one.
Let's get these guys up here. This is 16. Fail. Pass.
Okay, so one of them takes 7, the other one takes 3 or 4. Up to you. And that was my movement. Now for my actual action. Since Vigna didn't want to end this, I am going to attempt to. And I'm going to cast Guardian of Faith. I'm going to put it right there. This is not a concentration spell. It lasts for 8 hours until it does 60 damage. So Strahd needs to make him a saving throw of Dex 16. Or take 20 damage on a save. He takes half.
Fails.
He takes 20 radiant damage.
Ooh.
And that Guardian looks like a giant dwarf, kind of resembling Clangeddon.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you say a dex save of 16?
Yes.
Woo, it rolled an 18. The guy's got a +9 for dexterity saving
So
throws.
he takes 10 radiant damage. And if you have a token, you can put down right there because this thing is invulnerable, and yeah, it's going to be there for a while.
Okay. That's going to be the Spectre. Something up there. It's close.
And with that, that is the end of my turn.
Right, and with that, press forward.
Is it Strahd's turn now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he is not looking good. And he's
he needs
kind
to
of
make
looking
another
more,
throw.
you know what he's looking like? You know that movie Interview with the Vampire?
Mm-hmm.
Where Lestat is all burnt to a crisp and he's playing the piano?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Strahd looks like right now.
Strahd needs to make another saving throw because at the start of his turn. He has to make a saving throw.
Okay, 19 on the die.
So he takes another 10 radiant.
Oh, and with that, he collapses to the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, you didn't even have to hit him.
Yes.
Holy shit. Did you just fell Strahd, at least momentarily?
Does he stay
Mhm.
down?
And then on his turn... Oh, ho, 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 ho. Okay. And then Gornok, it's your move.
Alrighty. So, do I get advantage against the puppy since he is afraid of me, but his movement is 0? Or is that just regular? I'm not sure how that works.
I would say so, because he's kind of incapacitated. So you should have advantage.
Okay. Thank goodness. Oh. Alright, 13. Guessing 13 doesn't hit.
13 is going to just miss the mark.
Alright. I am going to burn my last channel divinity. And I'm going to put a plus 10 on that to make that a 23. So 23 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I do. Got a couple of things going on here. I do 20 base plus an additional 3 for my great weapon master. I am also going to proc a divine smite to do an additional 2d8 for another 8 damage. So that's 31.
And these are radiant invocations here. Divinely smiting into this beast. The thing's wounds are immediately cauterized by the radiance.
I'm going to use my great axe's cleave to continue swinging through to hit the guy just to the north of me. Which I don't get my additional, so it's just a straight d20. That is a 14 to hit him.
14 will land.
Okay. He takes 13 damage.
That's a kill.
All right. And then on my backswing for my second attack as part of my class, I'm after the wolf again. That's a dirty 20 and a 24. For 11 damage to the wolf. Sorry, 14 because of my great weapon master as well.
All right, so you're taking it to this thing. And you are showing your new allies why your blood rage has made you Ornak Bloodhoof. Blood's going flying, blood, fur, swampland. You're making the bodies hit the swamp. And you're still surrounded by some of these brainless idiots that are on your flank. And while Strahd is down, at least for now, this raging creature, this beast, still looks like he could rip your freaking head off if he was able to shake off that fear. So, anything else, Gornak?
I think I've done enough this round. I'll pass the gauntlet off to somebody else.
Okay, fair enough. Passing the torch to... Oh, okay. Looks like it's going to be these mindless. Let's go with the ones on Gornak.
Yep, the ones within 10 feet of me have to roll to be unafraid of me.
Okay. What's the DC on that?
15.
15. Is that save happen at the end of the turn or at the beginning of their turn?
Apologies. That's at the end.
Okay. So they're still going to be able to take disadvantage attacks and then save against that. Yes.
They do all, apologies, they also take 4 psychic at the beginning of the turn because they're still within my Aura of Conquest. I don't know if that drops any of them.
Well, so one of them at least holds their head like their brain's about to explode. You can see that it seems to take some effect. The other ones, they seem to be so comatose, it's hard to tell. It may have at least slowed them down a bit because you're easily able to sidestep their attacks. However, you are kind of caught in between a rock and a hard place, and you could use a little help on this side of the firewall.
Help's coming.
You're doing all right.
Doing all right, though. Yeah, holding your own for sure. Right? And then the creature takes turn.
He takes 4.
Is he within 10 feet of my my guardian?
No. That's up about 10, 15 feet up in the air, and then he's down and over, so.
Sucks to be Strahd, trapped up there with it.
I'm sure he's not in a position to be tinkering with that thing at the moment.
Werewolf takes a couple crazy disadvantage claw attacks. Paladin, ooh. Let's see, it's going to be... Dirty 20. It's disadvantage. Hits with a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. Max damage. 12 points of damage. The thing tears into the side of your neck with its claws like hot knives through butter. Blood spurts like crazy. Like you busted a hose. Or like a pipe had broken loose. It's a fucking horror show. Blood raining down the area. The storm raging in. Lightning and thunder in the background flashing. And the creature follows up with its bite. Disadvantage. Misses the mark, snaps at the air violently. Zany. It's your move.
Oh, let's get some fire damage on that werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on,
There you
gotta
go.
scroll all the way back to get to it. Ugh, only 10 this time. Also, I don't know if it will apply, but if Strahd is able to regenerate, he's still taking fire damage right now. He would have taken it at the end of his turn. In case that
shit.
inhibits anything.
Yeah.
Let's see. Double checking something real quick. Okay, here it goes. Here's the thing. Strahd has to roll a death save from taking the damage. Okay? And he has already rolled one death save because he couldn't regenerate because he had taken radiant damage.
Yeah.
The round he got dropped to 0. So he goes and makes his first death save. He rolled a natural 1 on the first death save. Yeah, and so what that means is now that he's being forced to make another death save, this is technically a save versus death. Well, I mean, like temporarily, a temporary death, for now. So this is a very important roll.
Natural 1. Natural 1.
To get on him and stake him?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, he saves.
Ah.
That said,
Throw his body in the fire.
Bennett. Okay, Zany, it's your move.
Okay, I'm going to use my last sorcery point to twin my spell again, and I am going to do another scorching ray, one at Strahd and one at the werewolf. So that is going to be. Still have my advantage. That's going to be 16 to hit.
That will, in fact, land.
They both take 9 fire damage. And then I will use my bonus action for my Witch Bolt that is connected to Strahd. And he's going to take another 1d12. 1d12. Roll 1. Suck. So 1d12. He's another 1 lightning. So they got total. Strahd took a total of 10 from me. The wolf took a total of 9. And then my Fluffy
Strahd
here.
passes his death save. He's 2 and 2.
Fuck. Well, Fluffy's gonna bite attack him. Does he get advantage because he's prone?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's all right. It doesn't let me roll advantage here. So first roll 9, second roll 16 to hit.
16 on Strahd
And
will
then-
land.
Another 4 bite damage.
See what happens here. Forcing a tiebreaker death saves. 2 and 2. You know what? I almost want to roll this on screen. Let's see, breaking out the advanced dice roller. D20 coming right up.
Fuck.
14. Saves.
I thought that if they were hit while they were down on a death save, it's an automatic fail.
No, it forces another death save. Yeah, it forces another death save. So if a PC is unconscious at 0 hit points, right? And they take damage, they must immediately make a death saving throw.
Well, that's not what I read in D&D 5e. It says taking damage when at 0 hit points results in an automatic failure of a death saving throw.
I'm looking at fucking AI when I looked it up. When I look up the rule, I didn't query the PHP, which
Okay.
So yeah, it could be AI hallucination. So yeah, if a specific ruling like that always beats a general ruling. So okay, so that would be a failure then. And with that said, the wolf, right? The wolf was bringing that in. Wolf was bringing that on him. Well, the wolf starts just tearing into the Nosferatu, just going wild, like a pit bull let loose. Someone lit a flame to his balls or something. It's going ape shit, like a beast, and it's not pretty. From your position, being that scene has the higher ground, maybe it's better you don't have clearer view in the raging storm all around you, because it's probably pretty gruesome. And then, Zany, anything else?
So then the wolf's hits would have landed. What about her hits? Would that have also... Is he dead?
Well, he failed his 3 death saves. So.
Excellent. Okay. Cool. So then the wolf will just howl with delight. And like blood dripping from his face, and she just yells like, "Go, Fluffy!" and that's her in the background. That's my turn.
Okay, so your wolf would take fire damage again.
Oh, wolf is dead.
Wolf is dead. Yeah,
he's got 6.
No way to survive 5d8.
Yeah, no, way dead.
Yeah.
Stab him through the heart with the sword, Rinka.
Oh hey! Stop telling me what I was gonna do already. So I'm gonna drop my wall of fire so that I don't take any damage and walk through it. Well, walk up, go up the thing. Sun sword. I guess. Do I have to make a attack roll with advantage to hit a dead guy?
No, that's a coup de grace. Like back in the day, coup de grace rules is an auto hit.
Yeah.
Well, good, because I rolled badly. Yeah, so I take out the sun sword and be like, "Hey, I heard you wanted this back," and I just shove it in his chest.
Ooh.
Nice. That's what like coup de grace rules are great. That's like back in the day, early editions. If you come up to somebody in their sleep, you can just kill them immediately. So, like that scene in Dragonlance Legends trilogy where Raceland goes back in time and he creeps up on Fistandantilus in bed.
Yeah.
And he goes and Raceland goes to kill him with a dagger. He could have immediately killed him, coup de graced him, according to D&D rules at that time, in that era. But then Fistandantilus rolls over in the bed and Raceland's looking back at himself. And then like it stayed his hand, but like if he had not hesitated and just struck, he would have immediately possibly like what type of crazy time-space continuum tear and how, like the rippling effect that could have had on Kryn, for better or for worse. Anyway, like, did I just get lost in Dragonlance again?
Yep,
Yes.
you did.
So easy for that to happen to me.
Back in Barovia. Sorry, Mordant. Back in Mordant.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh yeah.
Turns out it's always Gray and Mordant as well.
Yeah.
Go figure. So, okay, so Vinka, Sun Sword, and I tell you what, Vinka with his coup de grace, paint us a really cool picture. What does this look like?
Oh, well, I like slow walk up to my wall of fire, then drop it, climb up the stairs, and I take out the sun sword so it's all sunlight around me and be like, I guess you can have it back now, and shove it into his chest.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nonchalant.
Damn, yeah, Vinka just found her catchphrase for the evening.
Only when I'm stabbing a dead vampire through the heart with the sword he wanted. I'll be like,
And
oh, anyone else want to go? I think we could just keep stabbing.
And Strahd's corpse turns into ash and flame, like in the old Blade movies, the Wesley Snipes movies, when they killed a vampire and they just kind of explode into ash and flames.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but like better CGI.
Hey, I bet if they made those movies today, the CGI would look worse.
Yeah, because they'd use AI instead.
Yeah.
Because it's cool.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's a pretty good turn. The wall of fire is gone. No, yeah, that's all.
Great battlefield control with that wall of fire, and then Rain. It's on you.
The scene there that are, well, he's dead and shit. That's crazy. She actually did it. And Thrain is going to finish settling the score he has with this fucking wolf. Mind you, I may not even realize it is the actual same wolf that bit me.
May or may not be, but you're taking it down.
So, let's see. How far was that? That was right here. Everybody within 15 feet of me, with the exception of Gornok here, needs to make a DC 16 Wisdom save.
The wolf saves. The comatose townspeople fail.
Let's see how I can roll on this. Not too bad. So they take 15, he takes half. So 7.
Okay.
And that was my movement. So here we're just going to still. Oh, hell yeah, I do. Okay, I'm going to take a swing at this guy with my battle axe. .23 hit.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be just a one-handed. It's just 8. Because I got my shield on. But I'm also going to dump in my own smite on top of that. Called Searing Smite at 2nd level. For a total of 19 damage to him. So that would be 8 slashing and then 11 fire damage.
So you strike into this thing, and it howls and crumbles to the ground. yelping in pain. It starts transforming now. It starts transforming back into the form of the alchemist. Now, squirming on the ground, cowering in the storming rain, is a naked man, the naked alchemist. Shivering, crying into the night. Help me, please.
I'm gonna look over at Grodnock and go, "It's your call, lad," and that's my turn.
Minotaur, looks like it's your call.
Alrighty. Well, he was a powerful enemy before, and I see him groveling now before me. That seems like something that I'd like to conquer, and I'm gonna attack.
Good for you. I was gonna do it if you didn't.
We're gonna go with a 20 to hit, dirty 20. All right. I also forgot that one of my features, Savage Attacker, lets me take the higher roll, which wasn't much. So we're gonna go with 11 damage.
Okay, just the 11 on that?
How's he looking after that one before I go take my second attack?
Well, you strike at him, and as you break that soft flesh, blood goes squirting everywhere, and you feel like you can split him like a piece of wood, coup de grace him with another blow. He seems to be completely cowering and giving up. It would be a soft target at this point.
I'm gonna line up a shot, and I'm aiming straight for his neck, taking his head. So, coup de grace rules. You said it's just an auto hit, or it's just auto.
It's an auto hit.
Okay.
It's an auto. Well, what are you attacking with exactly? It's a regular great axe.
It's a Blood Rage Great Axe. But yeah.
Blood Rage Great Axe.
Yep. I get a +2 bonus attack and damage rolls when I am below half health.
Okay.
Seemed fitting for the Minotaur.
Nice.
Above table, that's also cursed, so don't let me get below half health.
Okay. So you strike into him, and you try to coup de grace and make it happen, but he starts weeping before you. Oh shit! Oh man, I did not expect this. I thought maybe he, get a persuasion check to beg for his life. Maybe we throw him a bone, right? Maybe he gets a good persuasion check out of nowhere. Tugs at your heartstrings, right? And then he rolls a natural 20 on persuasion.
Oof.
Trying to stay your hand as you move in for a coup de grace style attack. I need you to go ahead and roll an insight check as he begs for his life, meaning you no harm.
Nat 20.
Shit.
Ace.
Ace. Ace.
Oh, nat 20s aren't always successes on skill checks, so what we're going to have to do is nat 20 versus nat 20. So your nat 20 ends up adding up, it stacks to a 22, right?
Yep.
And this thing, it's nat 20, it's going to be... Oh, a 21. 22 beats
Oh,
21.
yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah. Only had a +1 to persuasion, so.
So I'm gonna glare down at him.
Damn.
Denied as I bring the axe down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chunky
Oh, that
wolf salsa.
Woo! I love
Yeah.
you, cow.
I love you. That's great.
I think I
Glad
got
I'm not.
some hay for you. Hang on. I'm gonna. She starts checking her
That's
pouches for some
racist.
hay.
And then right when right when that exchange finishes and there's laughter, there is a lightning strike, and it strikes down right upon the apparatus, and the apparatus does not absorb the energy right. Instead, the apparatus explodes, and it throws everything into oblivion and fire and darkness. You gain your senses. You're somewhere else. You are along a dark road that trails along the coast, a tall coast. It's like a California coastline or West Coast coastline, like side coastline road. And see off in the distance in the fog, there's a silhouette in the morning air of a city skyline. You see the familiar sights and sounds of the grand jewel of the Sword Coast, the city of Waterdeep. Most of you would know it immediately, especially with the Griffin Watch on high, flipping around the air, guarding the territory. From a distance, you don't know to believe this or what. You have a fog in your mind as you're waking up to this like a fucking hangover, just rocking. Oh, you could hurl. But then, Vinka, you happen to notice that there is a furled up piece of parchment mysteriously in the grips of your hand.
Oh, oh, oh. Normally we're asleep when this happens, and what is this? And I'll unroll it.
It appears to be a deed. A deed to the house on Griffin Hill in ancient land of Brentshire.
Oh,
And yes, and the deed has been signed over to you and your friends. Signed over by Lord Weathermay's authority himself.
okay, I'll show everyone and be like, okay, apparently we now own that creepy house, but I don't know how to get back there.
And with that, Zany may realize for the first time in your life, you may be finally out of the domains of darkness, the
Out
domains
of
of
the
dread.
Shadowfell. I've never been out of the Shadowfell before. He is just stunned, sort of quiet for the first time. Like all of her cackling is gone. She's like, I mean, I'm 450 years old and suddenly in a place I've never been before, in a customs, like around people that I don't know, and customs that I don't know, and food that I don't know. And you actually see fear.
And
She's a little old lady. Like to you, she looks like a little old lady who is
mhm.
suddenly very scared of what comes next.
As a matter of fact, the rest of the party looks on to you, possibly with shock and awe, as you start think about time lapsed aging, right? If you were to grow
Hmm.
100 years in a span of a few seconds, you start time lapse de aging. You start unwrinkling and standing up straighter and quickly getting your figure back, and all of a sudden, you a young, strong woman again.
She's just like there's no words. She's just I'm sure she feels it in her body. Like obviously there's no mirror, but I'm sure she feels it in her body and she's just doing like the touching her face and like looking at her hands and just like looks up to Vinka and she's like, Green girl, what is it true? Am I young?
Uh,
And she's
uh,
totally just like,
yeah,
I'm gonna hold up the flat part of my great axe to reflect it and kind of use it as an improvised mirror for.
uh,
yeah, I have
and
the like dumbstruck, like, oh, and then I like shake my head, be like, yes, you, how, what? As I'm just
there's
like
just
looking around, like,
tears.
okay, I guess we get a redo, a restart. You get a restart for sure.
I I don't even I've never been out of the Shadowfell. I don't even know where we are. I don't know what to do. I don't I don't know what to do here.
Brain's gonna put an arm around her and go, I got a great big world to show you. Lots of bars.
And she just like not gonna leave me.
Nah, you're too fun.
Thank you, little dwarf man. Green girl. And she grabs like she reaches out for Green girl and like grabs them and hugs them in. You big cow man. Grab me. And she's literally like this is like an emotional moment that she has never felt before in her life and she's just grabbing at everybody and pulling them in for the biggest hugs and crying and she doesn't know what to do. So you have what was a crazy old lady, now a young crazy lady having an emotional moment.
And that emotional moment is had by all. As there is this amazing shot of the camera zooming out, your silhouettes embracing upon the cliffside, looking across the coast, waves crashing, seagulls in the air. We fade to black, and we call that scene. Way to go, guys. You made it back to the Sword
Yay!
Coast.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow.
I did not expect that to happen tonight.
Yeah, me either.
I don't think Hollow did either.
You handled it very well. With a slightly smaller than average party. What's an average size party? Like 5 players? I
Hmm.
guess your average, like
Yeah.
4.5
4 or
players might
5.
be
Yeah.
average. Yeah.
So, Sean, you came in clutch tonight, dude.
Yeah, you did. We
Hey,
wouldn't have
glad I could be here.
survived.
Yeah, well done, man.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah, what if
celebrate.
Sean wasn't here? Woo!
We would still be
Yeah, that would've
fighting.
been
I would
rough.
be completely surrounded by those guys, unable to do anything.
Plus with that wolf and half the other guys, but that firewall was nice. That really
That was
Yeah.
beautiful.
delineated the battlefield.
Yeah,
You know
I
what's
think
funny?
that was my level up. I took that. I was like, yeah, let's just see if that comes in handy. And I'm glad it did.
By you casting Firewall, that's what freed me up to cast my Guardian, because I have Firewall as a feat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'm Forge Domain. I'm automatically given it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, good job, everybody. That was clutch.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys, man. We started this at the beginning of the year, right? And it's been a few months, and we knocked it out of the park. And I think we have a good idea for storyline moving into maybe something we can call season 2, right? But it'll be totally different characters, totally different everything. We're thinking Wild Mount, Sky Zephyr, Dragon Mountain, or something like that. I'm going to put out some of the game details, maybe a poll or something for you guys to vote on exactly what we want to move to next.
Okay.
And then I'll start building the game based on the poll results, okay? And we'll try to, like, literally I'm going to bust my butt and try to get everything together for next week, next Sunday. Hopefully we can maybe get the next campaign to start,
Wow.
like kick off right away. But if it takes a
Speedrun
couple
it.
weeks, it takes a couple weeks. All right, but I'm going to try to knock it out in a week. All right, because I actually already have Wild Mountain, Dragon Mountain built out on Roll20. The first several sessions I've run it already, so that could save me a lot of time. I may be able to get this rocking for us next weekend. All right, so hey, thanks
Amazing.
y'all for such a fucking great Ravenloft game. That was a lot of fun.